Hey, what's good YouTube? It's Viral and I am back with another video. I appreciate you guys for clicking on this video. Hopefully you guys have a good time with this one. Now today's video, I'm going to discuss the possibility of NBA 2K23's possible changes towards the Myplayer builder, alright? Now as you guys know already, there are multiple ways to create a player, how to make your player for My Career or all of this extra stuff in NBA 2K. They've been making this Myplayer a thing since 2K10. Now, some of you may know, believe it or not, NBA 2K10 was like the earliest 2K game in the series to actually have this Myplayer mode. Of course, it's obvious, right? But now, we weren't given any specific type of player builds to begin with. They just give us some simplistic players, you know, all-around yard or pass-first yard or a three-point shooter, all that type of stuff. But that was back then. The more the series has gotten further over the years, the better the player creation has become. The system has gotten improved over time. And here we are with the Myplayer builder and its pie charts for being the new spectacle of this series. Now, the real question of this video is specifically, what does NBA 2K23 has to improve, change, or even add? What type of features should they include in the Myplayer builder once the game come out? Or even a prelude if they decided to make one. Besides, guys, for those of you that don't know, I did do a prelude video where I was discussing the possibility of having a prelude coming soon for 2K23. If you haven't seen that video yet, I suggest you guys go ahead and watch that and then come back here. I will also be sure to put the video's link in the description somewhere so I won't forget. Anyway, back to the video. The first thing I want to discuss about NBA 2K23's Myplayer builder system is the improvements, okay? I want to see something different in comparison to this year's Myplayer builder, because ever since 2K20 used the pie charts idea, you know, the concept for a Myplayer builder, which was new at the time, now all of a sudden 2K21 and 22, well, specifically current gen, they have been using the exact same concept with barely any difference or two, except there are more pie charts this time around, because 2K22 at this point, they expanded more options for the pie charts, so therefore there could be a little bit of more variety for each option you choose in order to make your player, and that's obviously a good thing, but it don't really change anything, you know, for the system itself, because nearly the entire thing is just the same as it once was. The next thing is being the badges. Oh my goodness, the badges, specifically the playmaking badges. Now look, I used ankle breaker before. I barely gotten any ankles, and that one sole badge is just one of the few badges that I tried to use multiple times just in case if it works after a certain patch for a while. But you know what? It's not just that badge. It could be any other badge, whether it's playmaking, defending, finishing, or even shooting. There are certain badges this year that barely even works. Some of them did, while others didn't. Like I said, for example, ankle breaker barely even works, especially when you have it on like Hall of Fame or something like that. It barely even works to a point where like you could do as many combos, pull as much dribble moves as you can, and you can barely get at least, what, 4 ankle breakers at a time? I don't know. But regardless of that, the badges, there's got to be changes towards the functioning of the badges and the way they work. They have to work every time you put on a badge, any other tier, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, 2K23, they ought to do something with the badge changes, alright? Now, the major thing I want to discuss in this video the entire time is the attribute system itself. Now, when it comes to making your own player, you have to have attributes, okay? Attributes are another big key part towards making your player, because whether you have a big build or a small build or in-between build, which is a small forward build per se, the attributes the game give you depends on the type of player you're making. It depends on the height, the size, the weight, the wingspan. All of that comes across the attributes that 2K gives you, especially with the type of player you're making. If you're making a playmaking shot creator, or a pure sharp, or a pure lockdown, or a stretch big, or a glass cleaning post scorer, or a pure rim protector, basically the attributes has to set up a preference based on the player that you're making for yourself. Now, like I said, I would rather have 2K bring back the preferable attribute style of the system from back in 2K15 or 16. And you know, due to the fact that 2K is a superior game to where you have to put lots of time into grinding in the game. So therefore, the more you play those games, over time, the better your player gets. You know, you will get quicker attributes as many times as you can, depending on how long you play the game for a course of, I don't know, days or weeks. If you play the game non-stop, you're going to get your player to a higher overall guaranteed. So for 2K23, I would have to have 2K put up an idea for an attribute system that actually makes sense, so we can actually put some easy time into. But like I said, depending on how much we play the game, how much time we put into our players, our own builds, like I said, the more we play these games over time, the quicker the grind gets. The easier the grind gets, the better our player would get, okay? So yeah, I think it would be a good idea for 2K to bring back the attribute system from the likes of 2K15 and 16, even though they're both the same attribute system, but that don't really matter. But anyway, let's move on to the archetypes, or builds, I should say in this case. Should 2K23 bring back dual archetypes? Because let's be honest here, back when 2K18, the worst game of all time, they introduced us with the dual archetypes. That makes us wonder that our player can actually be more than one thing. It could actually be a dual build, you know what I'm saying? So therefore, that made me question, should 2K23 actually bring this back? Like, I'm not sure, because number one, it wasn't a bad concept, I should say, but like there were certain build combinations that didn't really work out, to be honest. Like say you want to make a slashing sharpshooter, okay? That build might have lots of slashing badges with a couple of shooting badges in the mix. I don't think it will work, because due to the fact that, imagine having a pure slasher shoot threes. It may sound cool, but I don't think it will look cool. You know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know how that build combination will work. But yeah, man, like I said, 2K23, they have to come up with some sort of idea to, you know, push this maneuver for this new Myplayer build system, if you know what I mean. Basically, what else can they do besides having these same exact pie charts from the past 2.5 years? I'm just saying. Anyway, that's my opinion. That's just me. Let me know down below in the comment section, how do you guys feel about NBA 2K23's Myplayer builder system? Should they adjust a few things with the same idea that they have now? Or should they make a new concept from scratch and bring us something different? Because low-key, I am somehow leaning towards the side to, you know, where they should actually give us something new instead of having the same pie charts every now and then. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to the channel for more bangers, for more content, turn on post notifications, and I'll be back with some more bangers, man. I got more videos coming soon on the way, so stay tuned. It's been Viral, and I'm out.